Okay, now that you have added an adjustment or a filter to every single square of your self-portrait, what you're going to do now is you are going to add words into each or a couple of the boxes, like so. Okay, so I have chosen a few positive power words to describe myself. So I've got the word capable running vertical here. I've got kind, resilient, and wise. So I just chose 4 words that I thought reflected myself. You can choose different ones. That would be really good if you chose different words than I have on here. So I'm just going to show you now how to add the text to your image. So I'm going to go across to this blank one that I have over here. Now, you're going to want to use your text tool. So you have 2 different options here. You have the horizontal, meaning it'll go this way, or vertical goes down. Don't use these 2 options, please. Make sure you only use horizontal or vertical. So I'm going to show you how to use the vertical type tool. So I know it's vertical because it has the arrow pointing down. Now, it is going to be typed in, or the color will be whatever you have over here. So I might choose to change my color before I begin, and I might choose a color I've used on here. So I would be using colors that you've used somewhere else. So if you were going to draw on this pink one or write on this pink one, you wouldn't use pink or orange because it would clash. You might use another color that you've used somewhere else. So I'm just going to use my dropper to choose a color and go OK. And whatever I type with now will be this front color here. Up the top here is where you have all your options for your text and your font. I might just start by writing in the Chelsea Market. You won't have all the same fonts as me because I have the Typekit license, but there's a whole lot on here that you can use. I think on my other option I use, so just choose something from here. I'm going to just choose, I think I might have been Baller's Delight. Now, I know that already that, so regular is good. I already know that 260 is not going to be big enough when I start typing. So I click in the square I want to actually type in, and then I will start to write the word cape. Now, I already knew that that was going to be too big or not the right size. So as you can see, I probably need to go at least half of whatever this is because it's gone nearly over 2 squares. So I might just choose 120. Not too bad. I'm just typing this in. I'm just guessing here. I might go 140. Now, as you can see, the text type is actually really hard to use sometimes. It's a bit clunky, and you don't want to be pressing this a million times because, as you can see over here, it started to add a new layer. Every time you press the button wrong, it will add a new text layer. So you need to be really careful with this. So as you can see, the difference between hovering and just going near, this is like the editing part, so you can highlight it. As you can see, it's quite small. Once I'm happy with it, I'll show you how to make it bigger. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm happy with the color. I can see it against it. I've had a bit of a play around. And then I am going to just okay it that I'm happy with that. And then I'm going to go up to my move tool. Now, that'll change it to be a shape now. Okay, so using this tool, I can't go in and edit what I want to write. But what I can do now, because it's a shape, I can drag it so it's like wider now and like kind of a fatter kind of font. You don't want to go too crazy with that, but I kind of like it that makes it a bit more bigger. I've got capable there. So once you're happy with that, press enter because that's like okaying that's what you want. But if you want to go back and edit it, you can't do that when you have this tool selected. you need to go back into this tool for you to be able to edit it. I find also double clicking. Now this is the part where it gets a bit tricky. I even had trouble with this a little bit, but it was struggling to let me go back in and edit it. You just have to be really careful with this, that you don't create a whole new layer every time you try to click on it. So that's all good. I know it's letting me highlight it, so that means I know that I can edit this now. So I might want to even change the color. So I might go up here and I might change it to maybe, like that. I need to have it highlighted. So what I might do is go over here, I might go this bright blue maybe. I don't know if that's going to look good actually, but it'll allow me to change it. So sometimes you can have this color changed, or over here it'll allow you have two ways of changing the color. That's a little bit too bright for me, but as you can see, it doesn't quite match up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this blue and use it again. And it should, they kind of, they talk together sometimes. All right, so look, it's probably not the best. I can't really see it that well, but just wanted to show you that you can change colors. With the vertical, horizontal one now, you would just type in here. And it would be nice if you didn't use the same font over and over. I think over here I wrote kind. But I wanted it to be a taller font. So I went through here until I found a taller type font until I was happy with. Yeah, you can kind of go along here. And if you've got it highlighted, it should change while you have it highlighted. So you can kind of go through, as long as you can see both screens, like see this screen and this over here. So you might need to wiggle around your page until you can see both, but it helps you see how it's going to look. Yeah, so you just need to have a play around and have some like tall ones, short ones, etc. I can't remember which font I had. I would be keeping track of everything that you're doing because you will likely forget. All right, so I will just choose quickly this one. I like that one. Now to make it bigger, I'm going to go over here, remember? And see how small it is compared to the other one. I'm going to go with 300. Not too bad. And then you can tell I can move it now because of the way my mouse is highlighted like that. So I might even put kind there. But I would change the color to be maybe this one. So you want colors that kind of contrast with your background, so they're visible. All right, so I want you to have at least 4 words around here. You can do more, that's fine. But try and do 4 and make sure they're power words to like reflect you and like affirm positive aspects of you, your personality. Sorry, guys. Coughing here. All right. I'm going to show you now how to save this. So there's 2 different ways of saving this. I'm going to show you how to do that. At the moment, your every time you write a word, it will create its own new layer because you can go back and edit it. But this means now we can't save it and as a JPEG file anymore. So if you want to come back, like you haven't finished and it's not ready to submit yet for your assessment, it's just your working document, just go to File, Save As. I'm just going to call this number 2 because I already had it saved and I don't want to replace the one I had saved. So self-portrait in a filter grid and then save it in your year 9 self-portrait area. Leave it as a save file type of Photoshop. Go OK. Go OK. So now once you've done that and you're finished and you've got all these different words, it's absolutely ready to submit. Only do this part the day before or when it's ready to submit, please. You're going to go to Layer, go down to Merge Visible. So what's that going to do is put all of your layers onto one layer. Okay, now this means we can save it as a JPEG, we can upload it to social media, we can send the file to Miss Ryan really easily. So what you're going to do is go to File, go to Save As. Now you will have to change it to a, look at all these file types, so many. What we're going to do is go to JPEG. This one here, it has JPEG, then like little stars saying JPEG in just different formats. So that's the one I want you guys to be using when you are saving. Okay, as you can see, here are all my selfies that I took for this assessment. Yeah, you need to have a fair few there. Like, as you can see, I've got like, I don't know, 20 or something there. You should be taking a whole heap of photos for this assessment so you can choose your best one. Never just take one and think you're done. You need a whole heap. So now I'm going to save it. You can leave it as the same name and then number 2 and then press save. Okay. And then always press OK for large files. Cool. So now when I go to my desktop, I go to my wherever I saved it. So you just need to go through and just double check that it's saved properly all the time, because otherwise you lose files and it's just not fun. All right, and here it is, number 2. Okay, cool. Looks pretty okay. When you zoom in, it's still pretty good quality. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. That quality is good. Fantastic. And that nearly is ready for this one is ready for submission. Okay, so that would be the third aspect of your assessment task, ready to submit on the hard drive in class, submitted to me. All right, good luck.